Mujahideen were Afghan fighters who opposed the Soviets' views on communism, and they did not want the Communist Party to expand in their country. They opposed these ideas, and they wanted freedom in the country, and they were known as the freedom fighters because they were independent of the government, and they made use of arsenal and guerrilla tactics to thwart Soviets. In 1992, the Mujahideen removed the Soviet-backed government, then causing militias, causing influence from other people. In 1979 through 1989, they were a part of the Afghanistan-Soviet War, and they fought against the Soviets. And they had initiated modernization in rural areas, which caused the Mujahideens where they lived to move out. So it caused conflict between them and the Soviets, then causing them to go at war, which was won by the Mujahideen. And they are extremists because they formed oppositions of ideas from another nation, which were the Soviets and the Communist Party, then causing conflict and corrupting war.
The Taliban is a Sunni Islamic organization operating primarily in Afghanistan and Pakistan. The group formed in the early 1990s in northern Pakistan following the withdrawal of Soviet troops from Afghanistan. The Taliban then came to prominence in Afghanistan in the autumn of 1994. The group's aim is to impose its interpretation of Islamic law on Afghanistan and remove any foreign influence. In September of 1996, the Taliban seized control of Kabul and forced a strict implement of Islamic law. They then execute the president. This is important because they are gaining control and are getting their way by killing people any way they can. This is a big threat to anyone that stands in their way and is a foreign influence. The Taliban are using extremism by executions, violence, threats, and force.
Al-Qaeda is a terrorist group formed by a man known as Osama bin Laden. This group was founded in the late 1980s. It began as a logistical network supporting Muslims in Afghanistan fighting against what was then the Soviet war during the Afghan War. The goal of Al-Qaeda is to get back at Christians and Jews who are against Muslims, and in the end, religion does not mean anything. If you are against Muslims, they are against you. One major terrorist attack committed by Al-Qaeda occurred on September 11, 2001, also known as 9/11, when 19 militants hijacked 4 airliners and carried out suicide attacks against targets in the United States. 2 of the planes were flown into the 2 World Trade Center towers in New York City. The 3rd plane hit the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and the 4th crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. 3,000 people were killed during the attacks in New York City and Washington, D.C. More than 400 of those deaths were of police officers and firefighters. The extremism from Al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations is inspired by Muslim Brotherhood and the belief that all other anti-Muslim religions are bad and need to be punished.
ISIS is a militant group in an Islamic caliphate that started in 1999. They named themselves ISIS to assert dominance in Syria. They want to secure a global caliphate through a global war and also aim to lead war to the US and Europe and to lead Muslims to an apocalyptic battle against the non-believers of their religion. A recent event that happened by ISIS was in London when many were wounded and attacked and killed in 8 minutes. These attacks are more small scale and are happening more quickly and often. Another event was in Iran when ISIS attacked many people, and shows that ISIS will and wound anyone of the same religion and areas that are surrounding them. This is a part of extremism because they kill and injure anyone they want just to show others that what they're capable of and to show a point that they think they are and their religion is better than others.